ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਸੈਗਮੈਂਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਦੋ ਮਹਿਮਾਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਨ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਸਾਡਾ ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਫੋਕਸ ਰਹੇਗਾ ਮੈਂਟਲ ਇਲਨੈਸ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ। ਮੈਂਟਲ ਇਲਨੈਸ ਦੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨੇ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਸਟਿਗਮਾਸ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਅਟੈਚ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਇੱਕ ਸਟੱਡੀ ਕੰਡਕਟ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਜਿਸ ਦਾ ਮੁੱਖ ਉਦੇਸ਼ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਪਤਾ ਚੱਲ ਸਕੇ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਸਟਿਗਮਾਸ ਕਿਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਦੇ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਖਤਮ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ। ਸਾਈਮਨ ਫਰੇਜ਼ਰ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਸਟੱਡੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਥ ਦੇਣਗੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਆਏ ਹੋਏ ਮਹਿਮਾਨ ਗੈਰੀ ਥਾਂਡੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਜੈਨੇਸਿਸ ਇੰਪਾਵਰਮੈਂਟ ਸੁਸਾਇਟੀ ਨਾਲ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹਨ ਸੁਖਦੀਪ ਜੱਸੜ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਸਟਰੈਂਥ ਐਂਡ ਯੂਨਿਟੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਜੈਕਟ ਜੋ ਇਹ ਲਾਂਚ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਨਾਲ ਇਹ ਸ਼ਾਮਿਲ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ। ਸਵਾਗਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈਣੇ ਆ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਜੈਕਟ ਬਾਰੇ। Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Thank you. So Gary, we'll start off with you. If you could tell us when you talk about mental illness, why is still in this 21st century so much stigma attached to it?
It's been a stigma from the beginning for probably many reasons, and it continues. People worry that they will be labeled, that someone will call them names perhaps, and that it may bring shame upon them, it may bring shame upon their families, and it's gotten to a point often where the stigma is creating so much poor health. It's not even the illness itself, it's the stigma, it's the fear of what others might think and say that creates a lot of the difficulties with the illnesses.
So Sukhdeep, as Gary has mentioned, was this one of the main reasons that this project has been initiated?
Yes. There's been a lot of research done with the Mental Health Commission of Canada, but they didn't focus on immigrant men or youth in that population, so we thought it was really important to understand better what the barriers were for Asian men.
Right. So what is this project all about?
So we are doing two interventions. One's called ACT and one's called CEE. What we're trying to understand is if one of them is better at reducing stigma than the other, or if together they're better.
Okay.
So what we're actually asking people to do, or men specifically, is to join our study,
Right.
to attend our workshops, to learn more about mental illness, and also to learn more about mental health and how to take better care of themselves.
So like Sukhdeep is talking about the stigma and the research is going to be done, they're going to talk to people. Is it across community lines that or is it more prevalent in the South Asian community that there's more stigma attached to it?
I don't know if it's more prevalent. I think certainly what the study will ideally show is a effective way to address it. I think in every community there are certain strengths in every community, and we need to figure out how to tap into our community's strengths in order to then try to tackle this issue. And it's not going to be the same necessarily as the way it's done in mainstream communities, for example. So we need to figure out how to best address this issue for our community.
Gary, the question is in our communities, when you talk about mental illness, the first thing which goes into our mind is, you know, Punjabi कहने जी इतना पागल हो गया बंदा, एक judgmental attitude or that kind of thinking कि भाई काम खराब हो गया. But over the years, with lots of research being done, what does it show? What does mental illness actually mean?
Well, that it's very common, and so we should accept it as part of just our lives, that we are either directly affected by it, we may be suffering from it, or have family members or friends that are suffering from it, or dealing with it. And it's like anything else, really. It's like someone that has needs to take care of their blood sugar because of diabetes concerns, or someone that needs to wear glasses. It's something that can be tackled, and it's quite normal.
Right.
And there is treatment that in almost any instance there is treatment where if a person can potentially maybe take some medicines if that's been prescribed, and perhaps get some counseling or learn some different ways to cope better, like maybe yoga or doing some deep breathing exercises or whatever else. It's quite manageable, like those other things. You know, no one hesitates to buy glasses if they need it, right? And that's the same thing we need to look at mental health issues the same way. If somebody has anxiety, if someone has depression, those are common, but they're treatable. They can be managed, and a person can live a very productive life, and there is really no reason to fear those labels.
So Sukhdeep, now the question is to reach the people. First of all, what is the criteria? Who can be a part of this study?
So you just, there's four main criteria. You need to be a man, older than 17 years or older. You need to be South Asian, East Asian, or Southeast Asian. able to speak and read English, just because the workshops are going to be in English, and then either an interest in learning more about mental health and well-being, or you can also be someone who maybe had mental illness, or has a family member with mental illness.
Okay. Now, as you said, it's not just going to be filling up a form and just going. You talked about the workshops.
Yes.
So, like, how many workshops, and is it going to be continuing for a longer period, or just 1 or 2 sessions only?
It will be it's randomized, so people will either be in 1 workshop, 4 workshop, or 8 workshops.
Right.
And it's over 5 weeks.
Okay.
And then there's a few follow-up sessions that we have at 3 months and 6 months, but it's just 1 session at 3 months and 1 at 6.
And could you elaborate upon what's going to happen in these workshops? Like, is this going to be information session, or it's going to be kind of interactive sessions? What is it going to be?
It'll be a lot more interactive, and people will be in their age groups, and we'll try to have it in places that are really convenient for people to come. So it'll be very interactive. That's our main purpose, and it's also knowledge-based as well.
So Gary, what do you think when these kind of workshops are held where people who are in the same age group, or they feel more secure talking about themselves, and you also have counseling sessions. So how, if, of course I don't want statistics, but at least some responses what you're having, when in this kind of environment something is held, what kind of impact does it have on that person?
It can have an amazing impact for someone to come into a group and hear from others and realize that they are not struggling alone, that other people are having similar questions or concerns or similar experiences. I've seen group work just work wonderfully for people that realize, okay, I'm not alone here. There's nothing wrong with me. This is something other people are struggling with as well. And once that realization occurs and they realize this is a safe place to talk and it's confidential, there's a lot of sharing that occurs and a lot of learning that can take place. So I prefer a group in these kind of situations, so people can actually see. Sometimes when you're working one-to-one, they don't, they may not necessarily believe you when you say, well, this is very normal and these are very expected things. But when they see other people having similar experiences, it's a huge area for growth for them.
So this is the same kind of environment you are going to provide in this study.
Yes.
So is there a limit on how many people you want to enroll and how many people can come, and when is this going to start?
So it's starting right now, but we're having there's going to be a lot of different sessions throughout the next year and a bit. So we're enrolling 1,000 participants. So we definitely have room.
Lots of room, lots of room. Right. So if anybody wants to participate in this, where they can contact you, and is there any website where they can get more information? And of course, all this information which will be given to you, will it remain confidential?
It is confidential. So it'll never leave the study.
Right.
It's more for learning if there's ways to reduce stigma in our community, how can we do it better? Our website is strength-in-unity.ca.
Okay. And any phone or anywhere where they can contact you or email?
Yeah, we have a phone number. It's 778-782-9227. And our email is bc@strength-in-unity.ca.
Great. Thank you so much for this information. Thank you. And apart from that, actually last week ਤੁਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀ that anyone who is just conversing in English, can they also participate?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. We'll
so
be able
a lot of our community members, if they're not able to speak very fluent English, can they be a part of this?
As long as they can understand.
Right.
So we have grade 6 level, so it's not too high.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your information. Thank you.
Thank you.
So ਜੋ ਅੱਜ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ, ਇੱਕ ਨਵੀਂ ਸਟੱਡੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਖਾਸ ਤੌਰ ਤੇ ਸਾਊਥ ਏਸ਼ੀਅਨ ਮਰਦਾਂ ਵਾਸਤੇ 17 ਸਾਲ ਤੋਂ ਉੱਤੇ, ਕਿ ਮੈਂਟਲ ਹੈਲਥ ਦੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਇਹ ਕੋਈ ਸਟਿਗਮਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ। ਮੈਂਟਲ ਹੈਲਥ ਦੀਆਂ ਬਿਮਾਰੀਆਂ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਹੋਰ ਬਿਮਾਰੀਆਂ ਨੇ, ਹਾਰਟ ਦੀ ਬਿਮਾਰੀ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਸ਼ੂਗਰ ਹੈ, ਉਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਹੀ ਬਿਮਾਰੀਆਂ ਨੇ, ਬਹੁਤ ਪ੍ਰਚਲਿਤ ਹੋ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਨੇ। ਇਸ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਮਝਣਾ ਕਿ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਟੈਬੂ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਸਮਝਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਇੱਕ ਸਟਿਗਮਾ ਅਟੈਚ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਬਈ ਇਹ ਬੰਦਾ ਤਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਗਿਆ। बहुत सारी रिसर्चेस प्रूव कर रही हैं कि बंदे ठीक भी हुए ने, तो खास तौर पर जो एक ऐसा इन्वायरमेंट प्रोवाइड किया जाए जिथे सारे लोग आके अपने दिल की गल करते हैं, तो बहुत वधिया रिजल्ट्स सामने आ सकते हैं। इसी करके जो स्टडी की जा रही है उसका तुसी भी जेकर हिस्सा बनना चाहते हो तो स्क्रीन पर दिते हुए फोन नंबर या वैबसाइट या ईमेल राही इन्हां नाल तुसी संपर्क बना सकते हो।